Pickleball is quickly becoming one of the fastest growing sports industries. At the end of 2021, there were 4.8 million players in the U.S., with women making up the fastest growing group. Big companies like Caravana and Casamigos now sponsor tournaments. Alice and Olivia has started selling pickleball merchandise. Travel companies have started offering international pickleball trips. There are even rumors that the game will be played for the first time in the Olympics in 2028 in LA. So, what is it about pickleball exactly that has inspired so many people to make it the center of their lives? And why is it considered to be the best sport for women? Hello and welcome to Pro Pickleball Media, your number one spot for all pickleball content. In today's video, we're going to talk about the key reasons why pickleball is one of the best emerging sports for women of all age groups. So, let's get right into the video. As you may already know, pickleball is a hybrid of tennis, badminton, and table tennis, played on a 20 by 44-foot court, and is an exceptionally popular sport among men and women alike. It is a smaller court than tennis, so pickleball players don't have so much ground to cover. This makes it a great game for people who have slowed a step or two over time. Additionally, pickleball has proven to be an exciting game for women due to a number of reasons. One such example is that there have been a number of studies that have investigated how pickleball contributes to overall fitness. A group of American researchers from Western State Colorado University gave 8 women and 7 men between the ages of 40 and 85 portable units that measured how much energy they used during a game of pickleball. They also took a picture of their cardiometabolic health before and after 6 weeks of regular pickleball play to see if it helped their fitness and health in any way. Researchers from Brigham Young University in Idaho looked into the physical demands of the game. They want to know how 30 minutes of double pickleball compares to 30 minutes of walking. They got 25 pickleball players, 15 men and 10 women with an average age of 38, and put sensors on them to measure their heart rate, number of steps, and calories burned while walking and playing pickleball. Both studies showed that pickleball is a good way to get in shape. In the Western State Colorado study, picklers' average heart rate was 108 beats per minute, and they burned 353.5 calories per match. This is a moderate intensity workout. The researchers said regular participation in pickleball causes cardiovascular and metabolic response that meet guidelines for exercise intensity for improving and maintaining cardiovascular fitness. During the study, the 15 men and women had to play pickleball for an hour a day, which helped them get healthier and more fit, about 4 doubles matches. After 6 weeks of playing pickleball, high-density lipoprotein and low-density lipoprotein cholesterol, systolic and diastolic blood pressure, and maximal oxygen uptake all improved significantly, the researchers said. In the Brigham Young study, when people played doubles pickleball, their heart rates were 14% higher than when they walked, and they burned 36% more calories than when they walked. They said it felt like more of a workout to play pickleball than to walk. The median ratings of perceived exertion after playing doubles pickleball was nearly 44% higher than the median ratings of perceived exertion after walking, according to the Brigham Young researchers. But a 30-minute walk has 54% more steps than a doubles game. Because the court is smaller, teammates on the same side of the net are close together, and most of the action happens at the net. Players take fewer steps during a match. The people who took part in the Brigham Young study thought that pickleball was more fun than walking, and the people who took part in the Pickleball Canada survey agreed. 62% of those polled said that the main reason they play pickleball is because it's fun. Among baby boomers, that number went up to 89%. Although pickleball is an exceptionally welcoming sport, there's still some problems related to gender inclusivity. And before we talk about that, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to our channel so that we can keep bringing more informative pickleball content to you. Your little contribution means a lot for us. Now, let's get back to the video. As we were discussing, that pickleball's rapid rise in popularity underscores the attractiveness of this sport to a wide variety of people. Nevertheless, we have some work to do to fully include everyone. One way to improve the sport is to make it more open to players of all genders, and tournaments are a good place to start. People who don't identify as male or female are often left out of pickleball tournaments because the only divisions are men's, women's, and mixed, which means 1 man and 1 woman. The USA Pickleball 2022 rulebook says, in events described by gender, only members of that gender shall be allowed to play in that event. The rule says this policy raises the question of what non-binary person can play in an official tournament. It looks like there is no answer. In other sports, men's leagues don't specifically say that women can't play. There are no gender requirements to play in MLB, NHL, NBA, NFL, or MLS. Anyone can join any of these leagues. So tournaments for pickleball could include players of both sexes in the same ways. An open gender division would not only make pickleball more welcoming to non-binary people, but it would also give women more chances to play when there aren't enough women signed up for a separate women's division at a certain skill level. A quick search on the internet turned up a sports program in Kansas City that has a mixed pickleball league where any combination of men, women's, transgender people, gender-neutral people, and people who don't identify with either gender can play. Why not give tournament players the same choice? In this video, we also want to point out that it's often said that men as a group have a biological advantage over women as a group when it comes to pickleball. This may be true, but women don't have the only biological advantage. Younger players, for example, have a biological advantage over older players, but we don't separate players by age in every tournament. And when age divisions are offered, older players are still allowed to play in younger divisions if they choose. In fact, tournaments give people of all ages a lot of chances to play with and against each other. Even at the professional level, teens and players in their 40s can be seen playing with and against each other. Other things like height might also give biological advantages in pickleball, but we don't separate players based on their height. Some athletes will always be better in terms of their bodies than others, just as some have economic and experiential advantages. Every person is not born with or given the same chance to be good at every sport. You can't or shouldn't try to control for all these benefits. The fact that male athletes outperform female athletes in many, but not all sports may reflect gender bias in our culture, as much as it reflects physical differences. In pickleball, strength doesn't matter much. Even though an average man is stronger than women, because touch shots are so important in pickleball, it is a sport that brings men and women together and evens out the power difference between them. In men's doubles, 40% of the balls hit are touch shots, and their average point is 8.6 hits. The average touch shot on women's doubles or mixed is 45%, and the average point is 9.6 hits. In many sports like horseback riding, croquet, rifle shooting, dog sled racing, and motorsports, men and women compete against each other. Does anyone have a good reason why pickleball should be different? There are times when there's no clear reason for gender requirements. In dance competitions, couples have always been made up of a male and a female dancer. When it comes to pickleball, there's probably more difference within each gender group than between them. In other words, you can't assume that the way two players of different genders will play will be any different than the way two players of the same gender will play. No one thing about a player can accurately predict his or her skill or potential skill in the game. People can be hurt by gender segregation in more ways than just not being able to play in tournaments. Exclusion and separation can hurt a person's sense of self-worth and mental health. On the other hand, no one is hurt when both men and women take part in the same way. When everyone is included fully, everyone benefits, and the sport as a whole grows in a good way. This brings us to an important question. Do you think pickleball tournaments need to be more gender inclusive? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video and share with your fellow picklers. We'll see you soon with the next video, and thank you so much for watching.